This next show is brought to you by Unplanned Parenthood of Starfish Island. Maurice, don't wait until the last minute to take care of important business. Now it's Bait and Switch with Larry Joe and Bobbie Ray.
Woo-wee! Hot shit, you got one, Bobbie! Woo-wee! Yeah, well, fishing for me is more than putting food on the table. It's about mud diving, beer chasing, and gator wrestling.
Yeah, domestic violence and a deep-seated hatred of foreigners.
Hell yes, that too. It's time for Bait and Switch. Woo! Guns, glory, guns, fish, boats, death, death, death. God damn, that feels good.
Bait and Switch, Vice City's only radio show devoted to water sports, power boats, water skiing, furry flounder fishing, and dialectical materialism. Oh, wrong script. Who wrote this shit?
Tits!
Yeah, that's more like it. And tits. It's Bait and Switch with Larry Joe and Bobbie Ray, only on VCPR.
Well, welcome to the show. And we're going to start the show the way we always do, with a prayer. All right, let's fuck up some wildlife.
Amen to that.
All right, now today's a special episode of Bait and Switch, coming at you pre-recorded from the Vice City Boat and Sports Show. Man, oh man, this place is incredible. Now, there's so many boats and guns, you put them together and I'm in gunboat heaven, I tell you what. And later on, we're going to be talking to some folks who know a lot about guns and boats, including one lucky guy who's turned his passion into a job. State Executioner Jason McKay.
I love that guy's work.
Hell yes, it's a deterrent, you know. Now, we'll also talk to a couple of boys from the Panhandle who've invented a new kind of dynamite fish. But first, our regular feature, you and your boat.
Now, let's talk about the fundamentals of what to have on your boat. This is a bit akin to last week, but then it was about the basics, and this is about the fundamentals. You know, I mean, it's a big difference, but not one I care to explain right now.
That's right, that's one of them things. Either you get it or you don't. It's like herpes. Really.
Absolutely. The most important thing is not to bring the old lady. Leave the women folk at home.
Amen.
They get bored and they ruin everything.
Testify.
Fishing with your best friend is a lot of fun, man. A couple of men on a boat, we're out in nature, we're all alone, we're hungry, we're happy, just like in caveman times. These are the simple pleasures no one understands no more.
That's right. Now, it's important that you choose a body of water not too far from your house. You don't have to drive very far or at all to get home. Now, after a day of fishing, you're gonna be drunk if you've done it right. But since we're volunteer policemen, we don't get in no kind of trouble.
Yeah, Larry. But folks should also make sure it's a real body of water. I once drank a case of lager. I got real morose and down and shit. Got some dynamite. Went manatee hunting like you do. I mean, blew the shit out of them bastards. Only when I sobered up, I saw the police and the ambulance and stuff that I realized it wasn't a proper waterway, but the local fucking water park. That's what it was. It was the local water park.
What the?
I was fucked up, man. But those bitches was fat. They looked like goddamn manatees.
Yeah.
Not a good day's fishing. I killed 19 people.
19?
And if you screw with me, I'll do the same to you.
Jesus, Bobbie. You back in Nam?
Fuck no!
We came out of that together, remember, Bobbie? I mean, you saved my leg.
Not a good day's fishing.
Thanks a lot for that, Bob. Thank you. Moving on with the show.
Yeah! You got a beer, LJ?
Hell no.
No?
Hell no, not a beer. I got a fucking case of beer. Drink up, boy. Man up.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be some good fucking show, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, god damn, Bobbie, you're a regular wind tunnel in there. Holy
Burping,
shit,
fishing,
smells
fucking...
like a fucking camel.
Man, you crack me up, man. Thanks. Drinks!
Yeah.
That's the good stuff. You know, LJ, I just want you to know. I mean, man, you mean a lot to me. A real lot, man.
Fishing in these parts, see, it's all about selecting the right way to go after your prey. You really gotta think about how to approach the fish, you know? What kinds of pole you gonna use.
And make sure you use the right bait. I mean, I use a stink bait by rubbing night crawlers or grubs on my junk. Real nice. It's unresistible, my junk.
Legendary. It's true. They still talking about it in the platoon. Every time we get back together, every single Memorial Day, we always hear about the smell of his junk.
Yeah. Hey, when you're in a foxhole, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Well, I've seen fish just jump straight out the water and bite his nuts.
Remember that time in the foxhole? Me, you?
Now, I believe I blacked out that time, and I never did find out why. You said you're sure it was the Viet Cong did that to me.
You're a host. Talk.
I'm sorry. Tell you, fish can't resist a good stink bait.
Or a jerk bait. I do that a lot too. It's really primal, you know? I mean, what am I gonna do? Fishing makes me horny sometimes. You know what I'm talking about, Larry?
No.
You know, it's like football, you know, in the changing rooms after a big win.
Whoa, hey, watch out, Bob! There, got the fucker.
I'm telling you, man, fishing and hunting at the same time is good, too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because you don't have to pick between the two things you like equally. You know, and people don't judge you unfair for it. You know, like some folks who get all judgmental and shit and start calling it a sin.
Hey, listen, you're fishing inland from Vice City, wading for bass in lily pads filled with gators and snakes and copperheads. That's a snake. All right, well, anyway, it's always a hoot. Now, the way I see it, something's gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? Man's gotta eat.
That's right, man. You know what I do? I lure them in with my big shiner, my rod tip, dancing on the edge of the water, just waiting for a big, wet bite. You want to see?
No, I do not, Bobbie.
Look, when you catch that big one, that's what I'm trying to say. You gotta wrestle them in a boat. It feels so good to pin something to the ground, you know? They're wiggling around, they're trying to resist. You know, when you're out there, it's easy to conceive of men without women, you know? And like women without men. You know, about 3 of them, you know? Like, I don't know, Swedish or some shit.
You are out of your fucking mind, you know that? Hey, listen, most important of all, make sure you sink every penny you own into a good boat.
Yeah, because then they can't get any of that alimony, you know what I mean? No alimony for the
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah.
Because women are trouble. Let me
Amen.
tell you something. That's why when I go to a strip club, I tear the bills in half, and I get 2 stuffs for $1. Women are teasers, and they only care about money. Sick of it.
Kids, you listening up? Hey, and you know fishing's competitive, too. I mean, trying to break the sound barrier to get to a fishing hole early in the morning is a great way to spill the cooler full of beer and knock the transom and bottom half of your motor off your boat, you know? I mean, 50 boats going 0 to 70 in 15 seconds all in the same body of water in the dark at 6 a.m. while drinking? Woo! Now that's having fun out in nature. That is fucking conservation.
And if turtles or liberals or anybody else gets in your way of your good time, just shoot them. Survival of the fittest, man. That's how I got here. I mean, to think there were 1 million other sperm I had to compete against swimming around in my mom's love tunnel.
What the hell are you talking about?
Thank the good Lord is what I'm trying to say. Because I am the highest form of life on the earth, all from that one day. That, and because I got these thumbs. I call them trigger bitches. That's what I call them. You know what? Whatever. Let's take a quick break. You're listening to Bait and Switch, and even though the environmentalists cry every time we say it, this is VCPR, Vice City Public Radio.
And this is Jonathan Freeloader, formerly of Channel 4 News, now here at half the pay because that's what public radio is all about. Doing good, feeling very good about yourself. But like I told my divorce attorney, I'm gonna starve that bitch. Bait and Switch is brought to you by Double Ott Lager Beer. When you're trying to ease the pain of life with a TV cowboy for a president, do it fast with Double Ott Lager.